all set up, ready for mission 2. Let's go pick up these scientists. But I forgot to take a look at resources, and I'm going to take a little bit of a different mix. So let me show you what I grabbed here. So we have our lovely ATV, and that's the only thing that's going to let us move outdoors. So if we lose our ATV, this mission is aborted. The problem is, a lot of these node checks, Pilot 2 and Pilot 3, the only unit we have with the pilot skill is the ATV, right? So we might be sitting at these nodes for 2 or 3 turns. And if we are, if we do get some unlucky pulls, we could be pulling a ton of damage really, really fast. So I want to try and get through these outdoor nodes as quickly as possible. Get inside these cave units, all right, where the damage is going to be hitting my units, which I feel like I have a better chance of mitigating, okay? So to get through these pilot node checks quickly, I'm going to power up on these info packs, okay? I'm actually going to take 4. Seems a bit excessive, but let's just try that for our first run through. Just hopefully to get us through these outdoor nodes quickly and keep our ATV intact. Okay, so that was my first thought. Second thought, a couple of medipacks, no problem, that makes sense. A grenade, we saw how that worked. But the new one I'm going to try throwing in is a smoke grenade, and these are interesting. What they do is, these, when you spend them, they allow you to modify that range check by plus or minus 2. All right. So if you remember here, our little sandworm, we do not want him close. Not only will it get a double hit on us, but our little ATV is pretty much useless up close. We want to keep these sandworms at fire range, and that's where we're going to be able to rock it. What the smoke grenades do is they're going to let us add plus or minus 2 when we do that range check, right? So as it is now 3 or higher, that means the sandworm pops up right next to us. That's not good. 2 or lower keeps it at that fire range. So I'm hoping if we get stuck with a really bad range pull, maybe I can chuck one of these smoke grenades and go ahead and fall into the fire category. Now there is, unfortunately, a drawback, all right? The smoke grenades, if we do drop down to the fire range, we suffer a -2 AP. So it's harder to hit at the fire range, but I'm hoping all fire attacks suffer that. So that means the sandworm will get a -2 AP, and so will we. But I'm thinking maybe that'll be a good trade-off. I don't know. That's why I'm just taking 1 smoke grenade. I want to see how they work, to see if this is an effective use for these sandworms. Now, the last thing I wanted to point out was that I did make a mistake on my base playthrough. All right, when we hit a little place that has a G, this does not mean you get 1 grenade. No. This is a resource cache, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull a random number, and we get the random number -1. So in this case, I would get 4 resources, and we get to choose the type between grenades, smoke grenades, and ammo. Now remember, we're playing unlimited ammo. So if we hit a general resource cache, we're either going to be picking up grenades or smoke grenades. All right. Same thing when we hit this one over here with the information. We're going to pull a random number, subtract 1, and that's how many information packs we get. It's not just pick up 1. All right. So quick little update. That was the only thing I think I saw that I played differently. So let's see if we can't move through these outdoor nodes really quickly here without taking a lot of damage to our ATV. All right. The other interesting thing about this ATV is that you get to decide if your units are inside of it or outside of it. All right. If your units are inside the ATV, then the only skills they're allowed to use are, I think it was communications, and there was one more, command, right? Anything else you can't use. So if your units are inside the ATV and a sandworm pops up, all right, you need to get them out in order to fight. You got to disembark for combat. And to do that, we're going to need a command point. Now the benefit is, if we're inside the ATV, any damage we take goes directly onto the ATV, and our units are going to be protected. So maybe later in the game, if we have some heavily damaged units, we can all get in the ATV and use it for armor. But for now, at the start of the game, it says we get to decide if we are inside the ATV or outside of it. All right. And so for these first couple of nodes, I'm going to go ahead and say that we are going to be outside of our ATV. All right. It's going to be trundling along the desert here, and we're going to be walking beside it. So here, damage is going to be straight to this. If a sandworm pops up, our units will have a chance to fight. Okay, we're gonna have a chance to fight without worrying about disembarking from it. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's get set up to go. All right, let's get started on our first turn here. We have our units. We're trying to move into the sand dunes here. To do it, we need a pilot of 2, and the only unit we have to help us, of course, is our ATV. Command points aren't going to help, so let's see how we do here. First turn, a 5. Oh, right, that's great. So we'll get 1 success. Okay, the node we're on, of course, nothing's happening, so we can sit here. We're not gonna have anything happen to us. We'll just tick down to our next turn and try to pilot again. Oh, no luck. No luck at all. Lost another turn. Okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's early days. And a 4. Fabulous. All right, we're in. We're in. We've made it into the sand dunes. And when we arrive, we need to find out how well we drive. All right. Do we get any damage? A 3. Whew, no damage. Great. Okay. Now, I've explored this, but no event. We need to move on to our next one. This one's going to take a pilot of 3. And I really don't want to get hit with damage here, so I think what I'm going to do is right away, I'm going to take up a turn, and I'm going to spend my first info pack. All right, that was kind of the plan all along, so I think I'm okay with that. And that's going to generate me 2 successes right off the bat. Okay, so I only need 1. I only need 1 excellent piloting skill on my part, which I did not get. All right, darn it. Okay, so the question becomes damage. Sitting in this sandstorm, how do we do? No, dear, we took a hit of damage. Okay, now, the way wounds work is, if you look up here at the top, it says, if we trigger damage, our ATV immediately takes 1 damage. It suffers 1 wound. Now, suffers a wound, that's great, but remember, it does have armor. So after you suffer the wound, you get a chance to see if your armor absorbs it. All right? Armor, we need a 4+ to cancel this wound. Yes, okay, so we took a wound. Luckily, the shield on our ATV hold, okay? And we have pulled an event here, which is good news, okay? So let's go ahead, tick this down again. We really need to get moving here, guys. Let's do this. 5, okay, we did it. Great. This is why I brought all those info packs. We are in chunk. Event resolved. Now, however, we need to figure out, is there a sandworm lurking underneath here? No sandworm. Okay, we need to get out of here. I do not want to sit here waiting for a sandworm to find us. So, what do we need to get into here? Okay, so now we need a tracking of 2 to head this way. Okay, so ATV, you're out. Darn it, the only one who has tracking is my explorer, And of course, his tracking ability is a measly 3, and we need 2. Do I want to sit there and possibly get hit by a sandworm? Not really. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's push it 1 round here. See how we do with this tracking. All right. So let's scoot this down and come on. Come on, little scout. Get us some good tracking. A plus? Oh, okay. That's a good start. That's a good start. And 2 more. What do we get? A 5. Oh, so close, so close. We needed a 6. Okay, but that'll give us 1 success. I'll take it. Let's see if we get lucky now. Please no sandworm. Please no sandworm. No sandworm. No sandworm. Okay. One more try, little scout. One more try. You can do this. You can do this. Oops. Before you do, though. Let's lose a turn. 3. Oh, you did it. Oh, I love you, explorer. You are a very good explorer. All right, we're in, guys. We're in. We're in. We made it into the first cave complex. And we're going to leave our ATV outside. All right. Didn't take any hits. And we were never technically in the ATV. We were just walking along beside it. So now, what's lurking in this cave complex? Oh, yes, there is something in here. Let's see what it is. In the caves, something is there. We know it's going to be a Class A event. We pull a 3. What is that? Okay, just 2 scouts. 2 scouts. We can do that. That's not so bad, right? Let's find out. 2 scouts, all right. So the question becomes this little range table. Now, interestingly enough, in the base game, all right, we were allowed to use the squad leader's command ability to try and influence range. All right, we could do that for free. With the advanced rules, however, that is no longer true. Okay, we're going to pull it to a random number here for our squad leader. We'll just get that out of the way first. We're checking basically his command ability at this point. He has no command points. All right. Let's just say he did manage to get himself a command point. This command point is going to be used for the entire combat phase, and that starts with figuring out range. So before we were doing 2 command checks, 1 for range and then a second one for battle. The way advanced rules play out is you get one command check at the start of combat, and you have to decide to spend that on range or on one of these other abilities. It doesn't matter because our squad leader once again biffs it. He has definitely not earned his name in my book. So let's go ahead and figure out our range table now. We are going to be dealing with 5. Okay, all right. Well, that was a good draw. We come up to them face to face. So we're not going to have to worry about swarm. So let's move into combat. We're not going to do any of the advanced orders because our squad leader failed. So let's just go down the line. Let's start with Miss Scarlet down here and see what she gets. A plus. Oh, Miss Scarlet's ready to fight. 2 and a 1. That's a 3. All right. Abraham. I love you, Abraham. My shotgun. Oh, wow. Wow, that was a big one. And the sniper. Holy mackerel. Okay. So let's figure out hits here. We are at melee, so Scarlet hits. Abraham. Oh, Abraham, you were so close. So Abraham's going to swing and a miss. That's all right. Because our shotgunner. Now remember, he ends up... Oh, I missed up. He ends up being able to pull 2 numbers, so technically that should have been his. And our sniper, who has 1, pulls a 1. All right, that's okay. So when you see 2 numbers here, it means they get to pull a random number twice, and they're trying to meet their checks. Remember, I gave him, what was that called? Deadly aim, I think. So for every hit he does at melee range, it's going to do 2 wounds, not 1. So this is the guy we want hitting. All right, so sniper, you were a miss. And Abraham, you were also a Miss. So that was very well done. Now, of course, the little flesh eaters get to go. And I think I will return them. I'm going to return them all. It's my pick. So let's just remember here. I guess instead of doing that, why don't we do this? Yeah. Scarlet, you're going to cause 1 wound. Oh, and he drew a, wait a minute, look at me. He drew a 6. So that means he is going to do, wow. So he's going to do 2 doubles. 2 doubles for the 6. 2 doubles for the 4. Holy mackerel. That shotgunner. Yeah, he rocks. Okay, so now the flesh eaters, they of course get to swipe at us with a 1. That's lovely. And a 2, even more lovely. Okay, so no hits over here. Great. So now we get to assign wounds, right? So we have 2, 4, 6, 7. Divide them in half, round down. That means we can assign 3 wounds to somebody. Doesn't really matter because these guys only have 2 hit points each. So we managed to just clear the board. Holy mackerel. Okay. All right. Good job, guys. Good job. So we're going to enter these little caverns, and we are not intimidated in the least. First round of combat resolved very much in our favor. All right, we earned ourselves an event check here. That is good news. So, new turn, we're trying, we need to do some climbing. Okay, all right, we can do that. We have our lovely little explorer man, and he is going to get us up and over whatever this hill is. Let's see how he does. A 2. All right, not helpful, but we've had our event. So all we're losing at this point is time. Oh man, are we ever. Okay, try again. A 5. Okay, climb a 4, so we got 1 of these in. Come on, little dude. Tick down 1 more. You can do this, little explorer. Last time. And a 4. Yes. Okay, we're in. Nicely done. Nicely done. We advance. Good job, explorer. In we go. And of course, there is a chance that something is lurking over this hill. No, all is quiet. All right, so we did find this first little cache here. It's a general cache, so let's pull a number. Subtract 1, so we get 3. Well, unfortunately, remember we're filled up, so we'll be able to pick up 1 thing. Grenade or smoke grenade? What do you guys think? Nah. Probably doesn't matter, does it? I'll just take a grenade for now because I've never used a smoke grenade, so I'm not entirely sure what they do. But I will happily take that. Took a turn down, and now we're looking for an advance of 3. All right, so squad leader, he's going to go first. Let's see, how'd you do? Oh, still no command points out of him. All right, we're going to have to do this the hard way, everybody. Here we go. Let's advance. 3, fail. Scarlet. 6, that's my girl. Abraham. 6, oh, look at that. We don't even have to go on. That's 2 advances. Oh, no, we do have to go on because we need 1 more. Come on. Come on, sniper. It's up to you. Ah, he did it. Whew, that was lucky. All right. So that's, yeah, I didn't need to go on, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we only needed 3. Never mind, in we go. We're in. Okay, so we've made it to the first area. We did not have an event back there, so I'm just going to stick this here. And now we have to see, is there anything here? We know there's a scientist. Is there anything with that scientist is the question, however. Okay. Oh, yes, yes there is. We find the scientists, but we also find a couple of beasties. Okay, let's move into combat. All right, so it's another Class A event, so that's good. Let's see what we get. A 0. Oh, wow. All right, so just 1 sad little scout. I like the sound of that. Methinks he's not going to be here much longer. All right, let's start with this useless squad leader of ours. see how we do. Come on, generate a point for Pete's sake. Oh, still nothing. Man. All right, let's set our range. A 1. Ah, okay, so it will be fire. All right. Okay, they're going to get a little bit of a modifier on us, but that's okay. That's okay because we have a sniper with us. So again, I'm going to pull 2 random numbers for Mr. Sniper. Let's go down the board and see what we get. Scarlet. Swing and a miss. Sniper. Number 1. Oh, and a big hit from the sniper. Number 2. And another hit from our sniper. Okay, our shotgunner. Yeah, he's not so good. But that's all right. We brought him for other reasons. And Abraham, what can you do? Oh, 1 Abraham not coming through for me, but that's all right because our sniper is going to generate 2 hit points, and that's going to be enough to take this guy out. He will, oh no, because darn it, we have to apply that -2 AP. Forgot about that. So, this isn't a 6. This gets knocked down. So we're only going to get 1 hit in there. This gets knocked down right to a 4. It'll still do 1 hit. This gets knocked down too low. So the only one who hits, is that right? Yep. The only one who hits is the sniper. Ooh. Got a little too excited there. All right, let's see what this little flesh eater does. A 5. Ouch. So he manages to hit us back. And remember, I didn't bring anybody with armor. So that's where things get a little bit painful. So 1 wound goes on the scout. And 1 wound, man. That's the only problem with naming people. You don't want them to get hurt after. All right, Scarlet, you'll take the first hit. Let's try this again. Second round of combat. Our useless squad leader. Let's see if he's going to do anything except just stand around. Oh, look at that. He decides to start commanding. Fabulous. Okay. Now, let's set the range again. We are at 2. So, we were at fire. We're going to stay at fire. We can use our command point to change that. And I think I will. I think I'm going to use my command point. I'm going to go ahead and give it here, deploy. Add or subtract 1 when determining range, because if I boost that up by 1, that flips us over to melee. I have a feeling we're going to be able to take them out there. So yes, good job commanding. Good job commanding, squad leader. All right, let's run this again. Ready? Ah, beautiful. A 6 for Miss Scarlet. Our sniper only pulls 1. Oh wow, he manages to pull a 6. Shotgunner, you get 2. A 0. And a 4, that's all right. Man, we do a ton of damage hand to hand. This is crazy. And Abraham, that's all right, Abraham. We don't need you next. So the only one that really matters is the flesh eater. What does he do? A 2. Good, no hit. We don't have any of modifiers, and we got plenty. We got plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we got plenty. Okay, all right. We got a little bit of a wound there. But not bad, not bad. Now, let's see what scientists we manage to rescue. Okay, here it says, when the squad reaches a node where a science outpost is located, after resolving any events, which we did, we resolved an event, draw a random number. Okay. Oh, I would really, really love a nice high number so we can find 2 scientists because we are running out of time. 4. Nope, we needed a 5+. Okay, that's all right. We found 1. We found 1 scientist. So I have no idea how I'm gonna. I'll just, I don't know, pick one of these and we'll stick it over here just to remind me. We found 1. We found 1. Okay, now we need to hoof it because time is ticking. All right, let me think about this. Let me think about the best way to get out of here.